Hello, welcome to my frequently asked questions. Today we're answering a commonly asked question about laser resurfacing. What is the recovery from laser resurfacing? My name is Dr. Julian De Silva and I'm a London-based facial, cosmetic and plastic surgeon, and I specialize only in the face. And I've been using laser resurfacing in one form or another for over 10 years, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my experiences. So in terms of answering this question, first of all we have to consider what type of laser are we talking about when it comes to laser resurfacing, as this will critically define what the recovery period is. Then we'll talk about, well, what is the length of recovery in terms of when you'll see the initial results relative to the very final result. And finally we'll talk about, well, how can you enhance your recovery and get the speediest recovery and the best possible result. So first of all, in considering laser resurfacing and what the recovery is going to be, you do need to define what laser resurfacing is. Certainly in the past, and we're going back more than 5 years ago, laser resurfacing, although it was a very powerful and effective treatment to rejuvenate and refresh the skin, had a very lengthy recovery that could be a period of months. Well, in modern day life, no one has the amount of time required for a long period of recovery, and everyone is looking towards having shorter recovery times. Having said that, the most superficial types of skin resurfacing, which may be a lunchtime peel or a very superficial Fraxel laser, well, these treatments are very mild and will give you a very fast recovery. However, you may not see much of a difference, and you may need to have multiple treatments to see a result. So when defining laser resurfacing, I'm really talking about CO2 laser resurfacing that will effectively rejuvenate your skin and give you a result that you can absolutely see, but there will be some recovery associated with that, and that's what we're going to talk about. So in terms of what is the recovery likely to be like? Well, the first 3 days particularly, you'll have some degree of redness and some degree of swelling. And that's a normal part of healing from any kind of treatment to the skin, but you should expect 3 days of recovery from this. Then there'll be a period where the skin is the older sun-damaged skin that contains the fine lines and wrinkles and pigmentation and often acne scarring and other imperfections. Well, this is shed off and fresher, rejuvenated, younger looking skin comes from beneath. And this process takes in the order of 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. However, there are things that can be done to enhance this recovery, and I'll talk about that later on. In addition to that, the very final result from laser resurfacing, well, this really will be as long as 6 months, because the laser will stimulate the skin, it will stimulate collagen production within the skin, and this process does not happen instantaneously. It's a physiological process that will happen over a period of months. So although you'll see the initial results even a week after the laser resurfacing, the very final result will be as long as 6 months later, when you'll see the full benefits of the laser. So in terms of, well, what can I do to give myself the best possible result and fastest recovery? Well, there are a number of key things with this. And firstly, well, it is worthwhile you going for a consultation with a specialist in laser resurfacing to discuss what are your expectations from the laser and what your specific recovery is going to be. And certainly safety is always the number one thing with every patient that I treat, and there are a certain group of patients that may be not best suited to having laser resurfacing and may require a test patch in the first instance to make sure it is going to give you the best possible result. After that, well, in terms of discussing what laser treatment you're having, my preference is to use a CO2 laser that will tighten the deeper skin, and use an Erbium laser that will tighten the more superficial skin. And I use a state-of-the-art laser that I've had specially imported from the US that will not only give you tightening of the superficial and deep skin, but will also give you enhanced recovery in the way that it works. In addition to that, other techniques can also be used in association with laser to enhance your recovery. My personal preference is to use biotechnology and platelet-rich plasma in order to enhance your recovery. What that means is, well, it means taking a little bit of your blood before the laser resurfacing, and that is put into a machine that will spin and double spin your blood to concentrate the platelet-rich plasma, which is essentially your growth factors. And then after laser resurfacing, this is reintroduced into the skin and it will enhance your recovery. And I find that most patients that I treat with laser resurfacing look pretty good even a week after treatment by using this in combination with laser resurfacing. So in summary, well, we've talked about what is the definition of laser resurfacing and how that may influence your recovery. We've talked about the recovery over the first few days, over the first couple of weeks, and then the very final result over 6 months. And we've also talked about the importance of the laser, the technique, and the use of biotechnology in giving you the fastest possible recovery. I hope this information has been useful for you. Thank you for watching.